Hello guys, I've got a bit of a miscellaneous little video today. In it we're going to profile our Python script, and it's basically going to tell us how long our script has taken to execute, and you can even look at all of the individual segments of our program and how much time they're taking. So to do this you have to have Python installed, and we're doing this from Linux. If you're using Windows or Mac OS, you're going to have to find the equivalent statements, but you should be able to do it because we're using a Python function. So what we're going to do is, so I've been working in this file called, I'm just going to open it up quickly, and it's just called a.py, and inside it here we've just got this little classifier, and we're just trying to find the best k value for it. But the program doesn't matter, we're just wanting to classify how long it takes, not classify, we're just trying to figure out how long it takes to execute. So what we're going to do is I'm going to list that first actually. So here you've got a.py and we've got ttt.py, and don't worry about any of those. So we're going to start by saying Python 3, and we want to use this module, and that's what the M stands for, called cProfile, and make sure the P is a capital. And then what we're going to do is, again, this is going to give us all the timings of our Python script, and we can either sort it by like the total time or the cumulative time. So I'm going to sort by cumulative time just because it's called this. I thought it was kind of funny. And we could now just say our script, and then what we're going to do is it's going to execute the script. So it was about 6 seconds before, because we're kind of iterating through all the k values, but and you can see we get this huge data dump. Like we don't want all of this, so we're not quite finished yet. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to go back to this statement we had a moment ago, and what we're going to say is we're actually going to push this result rather than displaying on the terminal. We're going to push it into this temp.py. This could be .text, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to push it into this temp.py, and what we're then going to do is we're going to use this head command, which comes by default with Linux. And again, you'd have to find the equivalent for Mac OS or the Windows command line. And we're going to say how many lines, and its number of lines, do we want to actually display. I'm going to say 20. Now keep in mind that if you've got any print statements in your program, it's going to include those because we're literally dumping this whole output into a file, so any print statements will also be in that file. So yeah, we're going to print out the first 20 lines or so, and I'm just going to execute this script for us, execute this command, sorry. Oh, I didn't actually, I need to cancel that because we didn't actually specify what we want to show, and we just want to show temp.py, which is where we've dumped all that data. So this should take a few seconds now, and there you go. We've actually got our printed outputs that we're printing, and then it's telling us this is the total time it's taking for our script to execute, and it's sorted by cumulative time with and all of these here you can sort by them, you know, per core or total time. You probably want to do total time. You can actually see that this is the big player in our script. This method of require thread lock is actually taken 5 seconds. But what's annoying now, of course, is we've now got this annoying little temp.py, which if we opened up, this holds. I did a.py, didn't I? Yeah. So this holds that whole output, and it's about 5,000 lines, I think. Yeah, so if we went all the way to the bottom, somewhere here, then we've got 5,150 lines. It's just crazy. So what we actually want to do is we want to come back to this, and we're just going to have one more statement. We're going to say, and on top of dumping this data, once we've actually, because with this here we're actually now printing out onto the terminal the first 20 lines, and then we're done with it. So we're just going to say rm, which stands for remove, and we're going to remove this temp.py, And if we execute that now, we're going to get the same result as before. And voila. But this time, when we actually look at our directory, we've gotten rid of this temp file. And again, you can now play around with this. I think this is a super cool statement, and I tend to use it with, I don't know, just find it fun to see how long my Python scripts are actually taking. And again, you could do this with tote time if I've spelled that correctly. Yeah, I have. And now, rather than being sorted by the cumulative time, we're actually sorted by the total time. And you can see that this is by far the longest, and then everything else is less than 1/10 of a second. But yeah, so hopefully you found that useful, and if you enjoyed that, I'll probably be doing more miscellaneous videos like this in the future, so like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.